Hi, it's Daryl again. This is Coffee and No Breakfast. I make a little video recording when I've had my coffee, but I haven't had any breakfast. I'm going to tell you about what I actually eat for breakfast, okay? I eat this kind of yogurt. It's not really a product placement. The important thing about this yogurt on my breakfast cereal, well, on my breakfast fruit, let's see if I can get this close to the camera. Now I could adjust the focus of the camera, but okay. Here is the ingredients. Okay, you might see that this list of ingredients is extremely short. Okay, it says milk solids, active yogurt culture. Okay, that's it. The entire ingredients of this yogurt is just milk and bacteria. That's all. That's all there is. There's no stabilizers, thickeners, sugars, or anything like that. And it's quite thick. I'm not going to show you my bowl of breakfast cereal. But the other thing I eat for breakfast is I have two pieces of fruit. So today it's a grapefruit and half an apple. I just chop it up so that I can pick it up on my spoon and eat it. And then for my cereal, I hold out my hand and I get my packet of muesli and I pour it on my hand, okay? And just the amount of muesli that I can hold in my hand, I put that in my breakfast bowl. That's a controlled measurement because generally people's hands are proportional to the size of the person. If I'm feeling really hungry, I have two palmfuls of breakfast cereal. It's not very much. It's about 2 tablespoons, okay? Most of what I'm eating is the fruit and yogurt. The yogurt has proteins in it. A lot of very complicated proteins and some fat, okay? I understand that the types of fat that are in milk, there's 2 types. Saturated and monounsaturated. Saturated fats are the fats that people have traditionally called the unhealthy fats. And monounsaturated is the healthy fat. Monounsaturated is the healthy fat that is in olive oil. The other type of fat is polyunsaturated fats. These were considered to be the healthy fats, but it's not true. It's not true. Polyunsaturated fats are another type of unhealthy fat. So the kind of fat you should eat is monounsaturated. That's in olive oil, but it's also in milk fat and butter, okay? When you eat butter or cream from dairy, it has a mixture of saturated and monounsaturated fats. And in my opinion, I did nutrition at university, and what they taught me at university is wrong in my opinion. Monounsaturated is the way to go. If you're eating something and it naturally contains monounsaturated fat, that's the healthy fat. That's fine. You can eat that. Okay. The other thing about yogurt is it's made out of milk, and milk is considered to be the perfect food for baby cows. It's the perfect food for baby cows. If you're a baby cow, it's perfectly good to drink a lot of milk. But milk is not necessarily the perfect food for humans. And especially not adult humans. Anyway, I don't think that milk is very... If you're looking in the grand scheme of what's unhealthy, milk is healthy. Polyunsaturated oil from palm oil is extremely unhealthy. Milk healthy, palm oil unhealthy. So that's my opinion on healthy fats. You want to be having monounsaturated like olive oil. But anyway, breakfast. What I'm saying about breakfast is I've got a bowl. It holds, I don't know, about half a litre. I've got 2 pieces of chopped up fruit. I eat 2 different kinds of fruit every day, like maybe an orange and banana, or apple and grapefruit, or grapes and pears. I just chop them up and eat them with my little tiny amount of muesli, because muesli is not actually very healthy. The nuts and seeds in the muesli is healthy. The grains aren't. On the grand scheme, oats I think is one of the healthier types of grains that people can eat. But grains are not healthy. Grains are not a health food. Flour is not a health food. Grains are what you eat. The corn and grains is what you eat if you're starving. If you're starving, it's good to eat anything. If you're starving, eat bread. If you're starving, eat rice. If you're starving, eat oats. But the muesli that I eat, it has no sugar in it. There's no sugar added. It doesn't have fruit in it. I eat the one which is seeds and nuts. It has pumpkin seeds and almonds and peanuts and cashews and stuff in it. People will argue about whether those things are healthy or not, but it's diverse. They're imported. I live in New Zealand. We have no selenium in our soil. All of our food is nutritionally deficient unless they put selenium in. And so if I eat imported seeds and nuts in the breakfast cereal, I'm going to get some selenium and some other things, molybdenum and copper or whatever, things that are nutritionally missing from New Zealand soils. Anyway, I didn't want to get too long complicated. What was the point of my story? When you eat breakfast, the amount of cereal to eat is what you can hold in the palm of your hand. That's the amount. Don't have more than that. If you use your hand to measure it, you get an amount that's proportional to the size of your frame, you know. I eat yogurt that has nothing in it other than milk. It's made out of milk powder, okay? It's made out of milk powder. Milk powder is good. Milk powder is a good food. Whole milk powder. I have the thick and creamy. It's full cream yogurt. Don't eat low cream. Don't eat low cream milk. Don't eat low cream milk. Low fat milk is not a health food. Low fat milk is not a health food. The fats and stuff in the full cream milk is what is healthy in milk. Actually the thing that stops you feeling hungry. You're getting fat soluble vitamins come in the fats. If you only eat skim milk doesn't have the fats in it. If it doesn't have the fats in it, it doesn't have fat soluble vitamins in it. It doesn't have vitamin D. It doesn't have vitamin A. You want to eat full fat milk. When you're buying milk, it's best to buy the full fat milk, even the milk that separates out. Like sometimes and I'm in New Zealand, you can buy raw milk from the farm, and it's raw milk. It's totally unprocessed. If you put it in the refrigerator, the cream separates out. You have to eat it. You have to drink the milk in 3 days after you buy it, because it's not pasteurized. You can buy pasteurized, whatever. Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that the thing that makes milk a good food is that it has the fat in it. If you're buying the low-fat milk or the half-fat milk or whatever, that's junk. It's junk. It's not real food. It's not real food. Don't buy it. It makes you fat. I'll give you my logical reason why low-fat milk makes you fat. Imagine you're a baby cow, okay, and your mother is starving to death, and you're a baby cow, and you're in the phase of your life where you can only drink milk. You're drinking milk from your mother, and your mother is starving to death, okay? She's starving to death, and she can't put much fat in the milk that she produces, and you drink that milk. You drink the milk, and it's low-fat milk, and your body goes, hey, that's weird. That's weird. This milk is low-fat milk. What does that mean? That means that my mother is starving to death. What does that mean? That means I have to retain all the fat possible. I have to retain all the fat possible in my body. The milk is providing me information that says that there's a famine on for the cattle in the paddock where my mother lives, and I need to retain all the food and nutrients in my body possible, all the fat. I must store all the fat in my body. Okay, so that the information that comes from your mother when you're a calf and your mother is a cow, the information is, my mother is starving, so I must retain all the fat in my body possible. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean when you're a human and you drink milk? If you drink low-fat milk, your body will realize that the milk that you're drinking is nutritionally deficient. When it realizes that the milk that you're drinking is nutritionally deficient, your body, it will trigger a process where it goes, great, I must maintain and store all the fat possible in my body. I must hold it because there's a famine on. I must hold that fat in my body. I must get as fat as possible so that I can survive these lean times we're living in. Ta-da! Logic. It's weird. I haven't done a scientific proof. I haven't done a scientific study to work out whether this is true, but that's my hypothesis why low-fat milk makes you fat. And don't ever buy or drink low-fat milk. If you another way to look at this is, if you drink, I used to buy low-fat milk when I was mountain biking a lot. Okay, low-fat milk still has protein in it, and that's kind of good. But the thing is I noticed that I can drink a whole litre. If I go for a big bike ride, I can drink a whole litre of low-fat milk. But I can't drink a litre of full cream milk. And that's interesting. Like, you get halfway through, you drink a cup and a half or 2 cups of full-fat milk, and you're like, oh, this is gross, I just don't want to drink anymore. Okay, so there's a feedback mechanism. Your body is doing a processing of what it is that you're drinking, and it goes, well, I'm drinking a lot of full fat milk. That's a lot, and you stop. You don't want to have more. So like when you eat, occasionally, if it's high quality nutritious fats like out of milk, then your body will stop any your hunger will decrease as you drink that. If you look at foods that are cooked in unhealthy fats, French fries or potato chips or other junk foods, they're cooked in these polyunsaturated palm oil or whatever, or just soy oil or something. That mechanism doesn't work. Like, you can sit and eat an entire packet of potato chips because your body doesn't detect any nutritional value in the thing that you're eating, so it doesn't stop you from being hungry. You're still hungry. You're eating this fat, but the fat isn't nutritionally complete. It doesn't have the good vitamins. It doesn't have monounsaturated fats in it or whatever, and your body there's no feedback loop in that. You can just eat a lot of polyunsaturated fat, and that's bad. Don't eat that stuff. There we go. Anyway, all I wanted to do was talk about breakfast and a little bit about nutrition. Yeah, you can ignore everything I say because I'm not a doctor. There we go. There's a disclaimer. People seem to like disclaimers. But you shouldn't believe everything you hear in a video online, right? You shouldn't believe everything. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion. Anyway, as I said, I've had coffee and no breakfast, so that's where we are. I'm going to eat my breakfast now because it's sitting here on the table right in front of me. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. How long was that? Yeah, 13 minutes. That's quite a lot. Okay. See you later. Have a nice day.